Prabhuji, are you on mute?
I'm sorry, Prabhuji. Thank you for that. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrityam.
Narayanam Namaskrityam.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Devim Saraswati Vyasam.
Tato Jayam Mudirayet.
Tato Jayam Udirayet.
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu.
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu.
Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke.
Bhagavati Shloke.
Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtaki.
Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtaki.
We are reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, verse number 3, chapter number 10. Please repeat. Yo Mam Ajam Anadim Cha Vetti Lokamaheshwaram Asamudha Sa Martyeshu Sarvapapai Pramuchyate. I'll read one pada at a time. Yo mam ajam anadim cha.
Yo mam
ajam anadim cha.
Vetti loka maheshwaram.
Vetti loka maheshwaram.
Asamudha samartyeshu.
Samartyeshu.
Sarva papai pramuchyate. Yo mam ajam anadim cha.
Yo mam anadim cha.
Vetti loka maheshwaram.
Vetti loka maheshwaram.
Asamudha samartyeshu.
Samartyeshu.
Sarva papai pramuchyate.
Sarva papai pramuchyate.
Anyone wants to chant, please?
Yo mam ajam anadim cha.
Yo mam ajam anadim cha.
Vetti loka maheshwaram.
Vetti loka maheshwaram.
Asamudha samrityeshu.
Asamudha samartyeshu.
Sarva papai pramuchyate.
Sarva papai pramuchyate.
Yo mam ajam anadim cha.
Yo
mam ajam anadim cha.
Veti loka maheshwaram.
Veti loka maheshwaram.
Asamudha samartyeshu.
Asamudha samartyeshu.
Sarva papai pramuchyate.
Sarva papai pramuchyate.
Yo mam ajam anadim cha.
Yo
mam ajam anadim cha.
Veti loka maheshwaram.
Veti loka maheshwaram.
Samudha samrityeshu.
Asamudha samartyeshu.
Sarva pape pramuchyate.
सर्वपापैः
सर्वपापैः
प्रमुच्यते.
प्रमुच्यते.
Anyone else?
यो माम् अजम् अनादिं च
यो मामजं
मामजम्
अनादिं च
अनादिं
वेत्ति लोकमहेश्वरम्
वेत्ति
लोकमहेश्वरम्
लोकमहेश्वरम्
असामुदासमर्तेषु
असम्मूढसमर्थेषु
सर्वपापैः प्रमुच्यते.
सर्वपापैः प्रमुच्यते. Do synonyms, translation and purport by His Divine Grace C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Yah, anyone who.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone who.
Anyone who
Mam, me.
Mam, me.
Ajam, unborn.
Ajam,
Ajam, unborn.
Anadim, without beginning.
Anadim,
Anadim, without beginning.
Cha, also.
Cha, also.
Sure, also.
Vetti, knows.
Vitti, no.
Vetti, knows.
Loka, of the planets.
Loka, of the
The
Mahaishwaram, the Supreme Master.
Maha
Ishwaram, the Supreme Master.
Sammudha, undiluted.
Asamudha, undiluted.
Sa, he.
Sa, he.
So he,
Matyeshu, among those subjected to death.
Vritteshu, among those
among
subject
those subject to death.
Sarva papai, from all sinful reactions.
Sarva papai.
Sarvapapai, from all sinful reactions.
Pramuchyate, is delivered.
Pramuchyate, is delivered.
Translation. He who knows me as the unborn, as the beginningless, as the supreme Lord of all the worlds, he only, undiluted among men, is freed from all sins. Purport. As stated in the 7th chapter, 7.3, Manushyanam sahasresu kaschid yatat siddhaye. Those who are trying to elevate themselves to the platform of spiritual realization are not ordinary men. They are superior to millions and millions of ordinary men who have no knowledge of spiritual realization. But out of those actually trying to understand their spiritual situation, one who can come to the understanding that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the proprietor of everything, the unborn, is the most successful spiritually realized person. In that stage only, when one has fully understood Krishna's supreme position, can be freed completely from all sinful reactions. Here the Lord is described by the word Aja, meaning unborn, but he is distinct from the living entities who are described in the 2nd chapter as Aja. The Lord is different from the living entities who are taking birth and dying due to material attachment. The conditioned souls are changing their bodies, but his body is not changeable. Even when he comes to this material world, he comes as the same unborn. And therefore, in the 4th chapter, it is said that the Lord, by his internal potency, is not under the inferior material energy, but is always in the superior energy. In this verse, the words Vetti Loka Maheshwaram indicates that one should know that Lord is the supreme proprietor of the planetary systems of the universe. He was existing before the creation, and he is different from his creation. All the demigods were created within this material world. But as far as Krishna is concerned, it is said that he is not created. Therefore, Krishna is different even from the great demigods like Brahma and Shiva. And because he is the creator of Brahma, Shiva, and all the other demigods, he is the supreme person of all planets. Sri Krishna is therefore different from everything that is created, and anyone who knows him as such immediately becomes liberated from all sinful reactions.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
please
Hare, Rama
go
Rama
on
Hare
mute
Hare,
if you are.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Sorry about that. Sri Krishna is therefore different from everything that is created, and anyone who knows him as such immediately becomes liberated from all sinful reactions. One must be liberated from all sinful activities to be in knowledge of the Supreme Lord. Only by devotional service can he be known and not by any other means, as stated in Bhagavad Gita. One should not try to understand Krishna as a human being, as stated previously. Only a foolish person thinks him to be a human being. This is again expressed here in a different way. A man who is not foolish, who is intelligent enough to understand the constitutional position of the Godhead, is always free from all sinful reactions. If Krishna is known as the son of Devaki, then how can he be unborn? That is also explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. When he appeared before Devaki and Vasudeva, he was not born as ordinary child. He appeared in his original form, and then he transformed himself into an ordinary child. Anything done under the direction of Krishna is transcendental. It cannot be contaminated by material reactions, which may be auspicious or inauspicious. The conception that there are things auspicious and inauspicious in this material world is more or less a mental concoction, because there is nothing auspicious in this material world. Everything is inauspicious because the very material nature is inauspicious. We simply imagine it to be auspicious. Real auspiciousness depends on activities in Krishna consciousness, in full devotion and service. Therefore, if we at all want our activities to be auspicious, then we should work under the direction of Supreme Lord. Such directions are given in authoritative scriptures such as Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, or from a bona fide spiritual master. Because the spiritual master is the representative of the Supreme Lord, his direction is directly the direction of the Supreme Lord. The spiritual master, saintly persons, and scriptures direct in the same way. There is no contradiction in these three sources. All actions done under such direction are free from the reactions of pious or impious activities of this material world. The transcendental attitude of the devotee in the performance of activities is actually that of renunciation, and that is called sannyas. As stated in the first verse of 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, one who acts as a matter of duty because he has been ordered to do so by Supreme Lord, and who does not seek shelter in the fruits of his activities, anashrita karma phalam, is true renouncer. Anyone acting under the direction of the Supreme Lord is actually a sannyasi and a yogi, and not the man who has simply taken the dress of sannyasi or a pseudo yogi. Do the Mangalacharan. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savdutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishwabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpataru Vescha Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. First of all, my humble obeisances to all the assembled Vaishnavas. I seek your blessing so that I can say something useful, something fruitful, and add value to this hour. Also, like to pay my humble obeisances to His Grace Simeshwar Prabhu for engaging me in this seva and this way, engaging me in some Shastra reading, some meditation on Krishna. So, wonderful verse. It's called Vibhuti Yoga. This chapter is Vibhuti Yoga. Now, here Krishna is continuing to tell about himself to Arjuna. Krishna ends the 9th chapter by giving instruction to Arjuna that Manmana Bhava Madbhakta Madhyashimam Namaskuru. So he's saying that, engage yourself in my devotional service. Engage your mind in me. Okay? And these chapters are actually Krishna is telling, clarifying in the at the beginning of 9th chapter and then re-clarifying at the beginning of 10th chapter, verse number 1, that these chapters are meant for and can only be understood by devotees. Okay? If we try to understand this verse, and then we'll go into the details of the purport, is what Krishna is saying, Yo mam ajam anadim cha. Yo mam ajam. Ajam means the one who is not born. Okay. Now the question may come that, but Krishna is born. But Prabhupada has explained in the purport, he's saying that ajam means Krishna doesn't take birth like us, and his body is not made like our body. Okay, of the blood, stool, skin. No, Krishna's body is absolute. Okay, it just appears. It doesn't take birth. It doesn't deteriorate. His body is Satchidananda body. No? That's why we call Krishna as Satchidananda Vigraha. Okay. Then Anadim. So that's Anadim means somebody which does not have a beginning. Okay. And so Krishna, now we can say that, okay, but is there anybody else who is Anadim? And then nobody else comes to our thought. Everyone, starting in this universe, starting from Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, to everybody is created, but except for Krishna. Okay, he comes into this world, but he appears. Okay, and then there is no beginning. Cha Vetti. Vetti means knows, those who know him. Loka Maheshwaram. Okay. Now, question may come that, okay, even Lord Brahma is called as, because he is the one who created this. So sometimes he is called as the Loka Maheshwara. But here we have to understand that in the 5th chapter, towards the end of it, verse number 29, Krishna is explaining that he is Bhoktaram Yag Tapsam Sarva Loka Maheshwar. So here in that context, we can understand that Krishna is not talking only about this loka, but all the loka, sarva loka maheshwara. So Krishna is not just this lokas, but all the lokas, and then even beyond the loka. No? If we think loka as the material world, then he is actually even beyond the lokas. He is the Ishvara of that. He is the controller of that. No? So now, Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan Thakur, he explains that out of these three qualities explained here, Aja, Anadim, and Loka Maheshwara, all three only apply to Krishna. Sometimes we may say that, okay, Lord Brahma is also Aja. Okay, Lord Brahma is also the Ishvara of this Loka. But Anadim part is only applicable, all these three together, because this Anadim part may come to spirit souls as well, to us as well, that Prabhupada is explaining. That we have been there, Prabhupada, in very famous lecture, he said that since time immemorial, from something which we cannot even fathom, we have been part and parcel of the Krishna. So from that way we can think of that, okay, spirit soul is Anadi. But all these three together are only applicable to Krishna. Okay. Now, in the Manushim Tanum Ashritam, Mudham word is used by Krishna to explain that, people think of me, they confuse me as, when I take birth in the human form. So here Krishna is using the awesome mudha, or whenever we apply that's like a negation of the word. So mudha means somebody who is deluded. Whenever sa word is used with a mudha, it becomes like a supreme form of it. Like we say swagatam, but then we say vishesh swagat, is special. Then we say suswagatam. No, so similarly asam mudha, and then mudha, and then if we apply or to that, it becomes that negation of it. So somebody who is not deluded. Okay, so martyeshu, everybody who is martyeshu is those who are subject to death. Okay, martyeshu. So those who are subject to death, but even among those who are not deluded, what they think of me? They think of me. They know these three qualities, are in me. Okay, and what happens because of that? Sarva papai pramudhyate. Okay, only when he is freed from all the sins. So it's not easy to know Krishna. One has to be freed from all the sins. Okay. Now we can go into trying to understand this verse, purport by Srila Prabhupada. It's very nice, loaded purport. There are so many things which we need to understand. Okay. First is that in the very first paragraph of the purport, Prabhupada is saying that in that stage only, when one has fully understood Krishna's supreme position, can be free completely from all sinful reactions. And it's a very rare soul. So he's telling that how rare is this quality and this position. It's not easily achievable. Okay, so there are many sahasreshu, means thousands and thousands of people are trying to be in the spiritual platform. Try to realize, have some kind of a spiritual realization. And among those, out of thousands and thousands of those, one person can understand. So we can see that how rare it is. Now, it is. Now we can actually say that, oh, but we are. This is like online available, this knowledge. So how can it be, rare? So for that, His Grace. I'm forgetting the name. Prabhuji. When Prabhuji he explains it as that we are not siddhas on our strength. We are kripa siddhas. We achieve something. Siddha means achieving something, worth achieving. And there are two types of. One is that, okay, on their strength, on my strength, I am able to achieve something. Okay, but this spiritual knowledge and this spiritual realization is so beyond our might, so beyond our shakti, so beyond our power and our effort, that with efforts we cannot achieve. And how can we do it? Only through kripa. Okay, so that's what here Prabhupada is trying to explain. Now, the aja part we already discussed, that sometime this word is associated with Lord Brahma, also with living entities. Okay, but the difference is that in case of Krishna, his body is not deteriorating. Okay, he is Satchidananda Vigraha. Whenever he appears in his spiritual form with a spiritual body, but we are in the contact of the material energy, and that's why we have forgotten our original position, and that's the difference. Okay. We also discussed about Loka Maheshwara part of it, that how sometimes Lord Brahma is also understood as Lok Maheshwara, but Krishna is Sarva Lok Maheshwara. Krishna also says that Matta Sarvam Pravartate. Everything is coming from Krishna. Iti Matta Bhajante Mam Buddha Bhava Samanta. So we have to understand. Okay. Then there was one part which I wanted to actually highlight on, was that it's very difficult to understand Krishna even when he is present right there. For example, Krishna was present and he was doing all these wonderful activities, but Duryodhana right there, Shishupal right there, was not able to understand. Okay, we could see that right from day one, Krishna is killing the demons and demonesses sent by Kansa, and without any weapons. That is another beauty. His Holiness Radha Govind Maharaj explains that Krishna did not pick a weapon to kill any of the demons in Vrindavan. He will simply kill by his weight, by his lips, by his flute, by entering by his body, but he will not pick up a weapon to kill any of the that's something which we can understand. People can say that, okay, how is it possible that 1 year, 1 day, a few days old boy is capable enough of killing somebody like Putana? But He did that. Okay. So in that place, there are two types of people who are not able to understand the position of Krishna. One are all these demons who are trying to kill Krishna, and the other are these Vrindavan Vasis, Brijavasis. They are not ready to accept that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. Their bhav is, oh, he's our Lalla. They are so much in love. Now, how do we understand the difference between the Yashoda Maya not understanding Krishna, not taking him as Supreme Personality of Godhead, versus Kansa not understanding and trying to kill? Okay. So that is something which is being explained here. Prabhupada is using the two energies, material and spiritual, Mahamaya and Yoga Maya. Okay. So yoga means add or connect. That's called yoga. So that energy of Krishna, which when jivas are under, they are actually trying to connect with Krishna. They don't understand the position of Krishna. They do not need to understand the position of Krishna to love him or connect with him. They do not want to know that, oh, I want to love this person because he is Supreme Personality of God. No, that love is automatically there, causeless love. Just like a mother is loving her child. There is no cause for that love, but because that love is love is flowing, and this is something, this relationship is the closest which we can try to understand, where there is no mother and child relationship, is the closest which we can think about, ponder over, and try to understand that the love between the Vrindavan Vasis and Krishna. Okay. So that is something which I wanted to highlight on here. And next part is Devaki is giving birth to Krishna. And then here Prabhupada is explaining that it is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam that how Krishna appeared in front of Devaki and Vasudeva. Even in Ramcharitmanas, we have this wonderful proses about Lord Ramchandraji appearing before Mother Kaushalya. Tulsidas has very nicely written, Bhaya Prakat Kripala Dina Daya Kaushalya Hit. So he just appeared in front of Kaushalya and Dashrath. Then in his Nij Ayudha Bhujchari, how is he appearing? Bhushan Banmala Nayana Vishala Shobha Sindhu Kharari. So he is appearing as in his full four-handed form, like with a bluish complexion. And then on the prayers of Mother Kaushalya, Ki Jai Shisulila Ati Priya Shila Yah Sukh Paramanupa. Please, if you will appear like in four-handed form, how will I enjoy the Vatsalya Rasa? How will I enjoy the rasa of being a mother? So please, for that, take the form of a child, Kije Shisulila, do the Balalila, and then just hearing that Lord Ramchandraji, he became a small boy, and then and then started doing the pastimes of a. So from this we can understand that how Krishna is Aja. Okay. Next, this particular verse is a wonderful. This particular paragraph is very wonderful, where Prabhupada is explaining that how nothing in material world is actually auspicious. Everything is inauspicious. There is no question of being auspiciousness. Why? Because it is separated from Krishna. Okay? We have to understand Krishna has three types of energy. Krishna has internal potency, marginal potency, and external potency. The internal potency is the spiritual energy. Okay. Marginal potency is all the jiva tattvas, who are also called tatastha, right on the bank, on the border, tatastha shakti. And then there is external energy, separated energy, or also called material energy. So that thing which is separated from Krishna has no value. How can there be auspiciousness? Okay, it's created by Krishna, but it is separated. So looking for a Mayavadi is looking for what? Pleasure in this external energy. A materialist is looking for pleasure in this. Then karmakandis are looking for some kind of auspiciousness. Oh, this auspicious muhurta, this karma, this kanda, this puja, this yajna will get us some benefit, this or that. Okay, that's it. And then the next level is jnanis, who are looking for without doing. Their understanding is also wrong, because they don't want to. They understand, okay, yes, there is all this inauspiciousness, so let me keep me away from this, and then meditate on merging into the Brahma Jyoti. But Prabhupada ji, in one of the purports, he explains that that's the height of sense gratification, thinking about not engaging in the service of Krishna, just merging into the Supreme Brahma is the highest point of sense gratification. Then what is the right thing? Right thing is to engage. A devotee's expertise is known in how to engage anything and everything in the service of Krishna. And that's what is that's what Krishna, we can see in the Bhagavad Gita, that Arjuna, he doesn't want to. In the first chapter, he gives so many reasons, I think 5 or 6 main reasons, the why he doesn't want to fight with the army of Kauravas. Okay, and then how Krishna actually convinces him that this is already done, you just take the credit for it. Okay, and then how even the fighting can be done for Krishna. Okay, that's what is the sar of it. Yad karoshi yad agnasi yad juhoshi tadasya yad tapasvasi kaunteya tad kurusha madarpanam. Whatever you do, then we can see that there are devotees who are some are serving just by Harinam. There are so many wonderful kirtaniyas. They mesmerize the whole Sangha with their beautiful kirtan. There are devotees who are engaged in nicely dressing up Sri Sri Radha Shyam Sundarji, and just by their dressing we can see the love they have for Krishna. Okay, wonderful, okay, today my Krishna will have, this type of decoration on his lotus feet, this type of decoration on his lotus hand, this type of pagadi, this type of, uh, cloth, this, you know, they're engaged, and just by that, uh, their life becomes successful. We have Jananivas Prabhu from Mayapur, at Pujari. He's, just by um, serving Shri Shri Radha Madhavji and the Panchatattva, he's making his life successful. Okay, there are devotees who are, just saying wonderful katha. Who is not mesmerized when we hear, when you hear the katha by His Holiness Radha Govind Maharaj? Who is not, mesmerized by that? Similarly, there are so many wonderful other devotees who are saying Krishna katha, so nicely. Okay, so with that, I would like to, stop here and see if there are any corrections, realizations, comments, you want to share. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you so much, Lead. A wonderful, wonderful class, wonderful pastimes of Krishna, and how the gopis and Vrindavan Vasis see Krishna, and how others see Krishna. Beautiful, so nice, and you put the tattva, explain nicely the principle behind why Yashoda Maya not seeing as the Supreme Lord. Yes, it's a Yoga Maya. It's all pastimes. Pastimes always conducted by the Yoga Maya. Wonderful, very nice. Thank you, dear devotees. Thank you. Any questions, comments, concerns? You have any questions? Please open up. This is our wonderful opportunity to go further discuss on these transcendental topics, transcendental science. Nobody has anything to add? Any questions? That means everybody is well convinced. Thank you, Proji, for a wonderful class. That nobody has any questions. You did a good job. Thank you so much. Okay. Anybody? Any discussions?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandapam, always Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji, I have a question not relating to this sloka, but a different question. Can I post that?
Yes, any questions? Anything related to the spiritual topic?
So, Prabhuji, when a person dies, right? I'm just trying to understand if it is the soul or the super soul. Which is the soul which gets existed first? That then the person dies.
Yeah, this how it is explained in Shastras, Prabhuji, is that the example is given of two birds on a branch. One is one which is engaged in the activity, and other is just the observer. And the observer is called the super soul, and the one which is doing the activity is the soul. Now, your question is that which one exits first before person dies. So actually, soul and super soul are together. That's my understanding. And any activity which is desired by the soul is first granted by the super soul, and then only that activity can be performed by the soul. Okay. So now, when this process of death is there, Prabhuji, this is through the breathing process, heart is pumping, all that is happening. Now, all that is actually being done by the strength of soul, but is sanctioned by the super soul. And when the time comes, that super soul takes away the sanction, and that's how the death happens. That's what my understanding is. Maybe Simeshwar Prabhu, you can elaborate if I missed something or correct me.
But thank you. You explained nicely. It's correct. So sometimes we have this understanding that super soul is a separate. Like, okay, I have one super soul. Every living entity has one super soul, one more super soul, like that. Yes, even though it's two birds, super soul is one. He pervaded in everything. It's not that we count each super soul. He is Paramatma. He is there. He is in everything. He is pervaded, and he is also there, exists in everything. He also exists in every living entity. So it says that in the Bhagavatam, Karmana Deva Netrena, by the arrangement of Krishna, by the arrangement of Paramatma, that a soul coming into a womb, also getting out of the body by the arrangement of the Supreme Soul or the Paramatma. So Paramatma, even though is there in this one entity, is there, is everything, is Deva Netrena, he has thousands of eyes. He is also there, and we cannot separate him that he is everywhere. So the question is whether soul is getting out first or super soul is getting out first. Super soul is always there. Does not need to come, he does not need to exit. He's always there. The soul is actually coming and going.
Okay. So when a person have an accident, right? So basically, soul did not desire that. Then accident happened. Something like he takes a poison or accidentally takes the poison, and he could not. Now that like the Prabhuji explained, right? He did not desire for taking the poison, but something happened accidentally, which by mistake he has taken a poison. Somebody offered something, and something got added him, and he took that. So now the soul is not able to desiring to, means he wants to live here, but something happened which is out of the soul's process to digest that, right? Then the soul has to exit it, right? So he's forced to exit there.
Yep. Karmana Devi Netrena, karmana, activities, karma is there. Why some people, there is always a lot of things, like that. A person was traveling on a bicycle, a scooter, say a scooter, not bicycle, a scooter. An eagle captured a snake.
It drops it.
Now drops on top of, look at it, where is coming in,
Correct.
and it's whose fault? Right? So,
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
anybody else? Otherwise, 8 o'clock, let's conclude if there is nothing else. Is that okay, Prabhuji? Or
Yes,
anything else to add?
Yeah. No, that's wonderful, Prabhuji. We can conclude. I'll also jump to Bhagavad Gita class, that other one I'm trying to memorize.
Oh, the Gita Parayan. Nice. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's then conclude today's session. Thank you so much, dear devotees, and thank you so much, Akhilesh Krishna Prabhu, for such a wonderful class. And thank you, dear devotees, for joining. And this is not ordinary. Krishna is, Paramatma is seeing, Paramatma is arranging everything, especially on the devotional It's the arrangement of Yoga Maya, arrangement of Krishna, arrangement of Paramatma. Anything, this is all part of internal potency, this Antaranga Shakti. So the Antaranga Shakti, the internal energy, is influencing and upon us, so that instead of going to the material world, we can enter into the spiritual realm. Thank you so much. Let's conclude. Vancha kalpatarupasya. And sorry, I forgot to mention that. So this Saturday is Ekadashi, and we are having a Nagara Sankirtan starting at 12 o'clock at the Apana Bazaar Octree. And humble request, and this is also the day of Lord Varahadeva's appearance day. We completely fast till noon, and on Varaha Ekadashi. And actually, Varaha's appearance day on Dwadashi, but Dwadashi we don't do for fasting. So we'll do fasting on Ekadashi, Varaha Dwadashi, and also celebrate Lord Varahadeva's appearance day on Saturday. And on behalf of, and we have Nagara Sankirtan, that Lord Varahadev, to please Lord Varahadev, and Nityananda, to please Lord Nityananda's appearance day on Monday. So it's all combined together on Ekadashi. It's all auspicious. It's all, what is called double and multiple, opportunities. So please join everybody. And also we are having a kirtan, 6-hour kirtan on Sunday, starting at 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock till 6 o'clock. Then Sunday feast program, temple is already open. So we have Sunday feast program in person at the temple on Sunday. And then Monday we have, the Nityananda Trayodasi festival at the temple. So everybody, please, join and don't miss these opportunities. This is Madhavatidi Bhakti Janani. So these are very special days. And this 1,000 times that we get the devotion if we perform, and that a special mercy on those who are performing the devotion on this special Tithi. That is Madhava Tithi especially. So please don't miss out. Please join, and thank you so much. So let's conclude then. Vancha kalpatarupasya kripa sindhu.
Vancha kalpatarupasya kripa sindhu vacha. Patita pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai.
Jai.
Jai. Ananda Kodi
Jai.
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 Gaurav Hari Hari.
Hari Hari.
Thank you, Akhilesh Krishna Prabhu.
Thank you, Akhilesh Prabhu.
Prabhuji, very nice class. Thank you.
Very nice.